according to science, according to scientific studies, they increase super weeds and therefore increase pesticide use and toxicity. And also although they do taste better, and sometimes they do have larger quantities, that it is still they still have bad things, because since they are mutated food, if they cross with other animals, such like if another animals eat them, there's a chance that other animal might also mutate its own DNA as well, and that would cause a mutation, which might affect many ecosystems.
Thank you so much, Pancho. Anyone wants to go from the red team? I think Hasni wanted to go, right? Anyone from the red team?
Oh yeah, I wanna say my speech.
Yes, you're purple, so I just wrote in the chat that after someone from the red team speaks, you're gonna rebut them. So,
Okay.
Hasni, can you hear me?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Is purple where you wanna say why GMOs are bad or good? I forgot.
Bad.
Okay, got it.
Hasni, what were you saying? Sorry. Hello? You're on mute, I believe.
Sorry, I'll discuss. So the reason I think GMOs should not be banned, I completely disagree to this, but wait, wait, Aditya wants to go. I don't really want to go. Can he go?
Aditya, sure. Aditya, you can go.
Okay. Well, for GMOs, they're allowed to have more, what? Oh, GMOs allowed to have like more profit, and they eliminate the need to get a pesticide to remove the pesticides, and it also has increased knowledge for like genetic alterations, and they also add more nutrition, and like you said in your speech, GMOs taking the DNA from corn and adding it to like tomato can make it more shelf longer, last more.
Thank you, Aditya. Juhit, you could you please give your take
Okay,
on?
Okay, thank you. While searching up on Google, I found that the main concerns about GMOs involve allergies, cancer, and environmental issues that may affect the customers. And they increase superweeds and therefore increase pesticides and use toxicity. And do great income harm to farmers and the food system. Hello?
Oh, sorry, I did not know you were done. I thought you were continuing. Thank you. Thank you, Juhit. Pranavi, how are we doing on the time? What's the average time we have people speaking?
So like the average is like, it's more of like 40, because like so far people have been like going over 30.
Okay, that's great. So we're in a good spot. Thank you, Pranavi. Next, who do we have? We have someone from the red team, and I believe I'm on the red team, right? So, Varney, you can go.
Okay, thank you. So GMOs, a lot of people have been complaining about them. Some people haven't, but it might be interesting to know that GMOs are one of the reasons that some countries in Europe are going out of food. And this is why. GMOs, like Vihan said in his speech, is when you take the properties of one fruit one crop and you want to add it to another crop for it to have the same qualities but also have its own qualities, so it can create a better create better produce. However, this might seem like a great solution. It's also very bad because it can cause issues in the environment. And not only that, if you're taking genes from one crop and you're giving it to another crop, well, that's going to cause a lot of issues because one, you're not eating like you're going to miss out on like the original crop's nutrients. And second of all, it's not good for the like the agricultural growth in general, because what happens when you take all those crops and you put it just to one crop? What's going to happen? It's going to be that all that crop that you might eat, it might be been imported, the crop that both of the crops that you're taking the genes from, it might be imported from some places that you may have never seen. And what's going to happen is the native crops to the place you live, they're going to die out, and the non-GMO crops, they're not going to be there anymore, which is going to result in some big problems, because then lots of things might happen. Let's say the crops you're growing might.
Arnie, you went over a minute. I just wanted to, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll just finish my speech up. I'm just saying, like, in conclusion, there are a lot of factors that could affect GMO products.
Thank you, Varney. Actually, I think there was a mistake here. You're supposed to be red, so you were supposed to say that they should not be banned. But no worries. Do we have any? I think. Suhani, are you going to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. So Pranavi, for the timer, if you could just on your video and you could have something in your hand to signal instead of like speaking out loud. So if you just had like any like pen even, you could use that. Like I think you have something in your hand, just use that, just wave it on your camera when they're
And if
You
it-
could
if
also
it-
use the chat if you want to.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if
what I meant.
you don't have anything else in hand, you can just use the chat and just say you got like 10 seconds left or something like that.
Yes, perfect, Nithya. Suhani, should we go with someone who is red again? Or should we go with purple?
I think we can go with purple because I think we have more people in purple. So
Okay, perfect. So, Panchal, I believe you did not speak, so would you like to speak?
Oh,
I was
Panchal,
the second one.
Okay, sorry, I must have forgotten then. Shri, would you like to speak?
Sorry, my mic wasn't working for a sec, but yes. Okay, I believe that GMO products should be banned. And I have a few reasons why. Number one, genetically modified crops have been proven not safe for human consumption, which means that these products aren't healthy for you. And this could leave you feeling sick. It could cause cancer, and many people have stated that the GMO foods could become toxic. Another reason is that tinkering with genetic makeup for plants may result in changes of the food supply, and it may add toxins or trigger allergic reactions for certain people. If you're allergic to a certain, let's say, vegetable like tomatoes, and they genetically modified a potato so that it had a bit of the tomato's genes in it, you could get really allergic because it is taking the genes from the tomato and changing it into the potato. Certain GM crops have also been proven to harm the environment. This also shows that not only does GMO have bad effects on your health, it also has bad effects on the environment around you. It has been stated in procon.org that GMO
Shri,
products harm the environment through the increased use of toxic herbicides and pesticides.
Shri, you reach a minute.
Huh?
You reached a minute.
Okay. Well, can I just end it off?
Okay, sure.
So that is a few of the reasons that I think GMO is bad.
Okay. Thank you, Sriniti. That was great. Very elaborate. After that, so I just want to clarify on the list. So Aditya, did you want to go again?
Oh no.
Okay, sorry, I must have misread that. So what we can do is Suhani can go now because she wanted to go from red. Then we can have Pranavi from purple. Then we can, I believe on I'm red. No, Hasani. Sorry, Hasani. So we can do Suhani, Pranavi, Hasani, and then the other Shri, who's also purple, and then I can go and wait, Mokshita, what are you on? What side are you on?
I'm on purple.
Okay, so then I can go as red, and then we can end with Mokshita. So I'll just put that on the chat because there was a lot. And one more thing, Juhit, you just requested me to be timer next week. Sure, you can. We'll just talk about that at the end of the meeting after evaluation. So I'll remember that. So with that, let's proceed. Suhani.
Yes, thank you. And before I start, Pranavi, just one more thing. Instead of, like I said, just wave your pen, and it's okay if we go a little over time, maybe. It just
I tried. I tried putting in the chat, but I don't think Shri saw it.
Yeah, actually, there was a lot of messages going in the chat, so hodgepodge of messages. So Pranivi's kind of got mixed up in that, so that's why I believe she raised her voice.
Yeah, yes. Maybe if you want to go next, you can either privately message me or Bihan instead, because I think we're just going to keep that for the timer. But anyways, I'm going to start with my debate.
Yeah,
So you can't start timing. Was someone saying something? Okay, I'll just go. So I think GMO shouldn't be banned because even though there are some side effects to when you consume them, they haven't yet been proven to have any bad effects during pregnancies, or they don't cause any genetic mutations within you, like even within plants, aside from humans. And also, they don't cause any problems in your organs specifically. They're not healthy for you, but if you eat them in a limit, I think it'll be fine. And also, a lot of customers can make a good deal out of GMO product because they're way cheaper than other organic products, I would say. So, because they have reduced prices, that's better for the customer. And I think the customer knows what's good for them. Of course, sometimes, people still eat them and it'll cause them problems later. But GMO products haven't shown that much because, like I said, they haven't shown any bad effects during pregnancies or cause any genetic mutations. And genetic mutations is when you kind of get a disorder. So, if you don't know. So, since that hasn't happened by consuming GMO products yet, I think that it shouldn't be banned, but it can definitely be limited in the way that it's sold. So customer, even if they don't know about, the side effects, they won't be forced to buy them. So instead of being banned, I just think that GMO should be limited. And I think that'll be better for both the seller and the consumer. And yeah.
Okay, so sorry, so next is Pranavi. I just got a question on the chat from Juhit for mutations. Suhani, would you like to answer what a mutation is?
Yeah. Wait, can you guys hear me? Because my computer is really glitchy.
Yeah, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you, but your screen and your camera is very glitchy.
If you prefer, you can turn off your video so you have more bandwidth to work with.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Just checking. Okay. So basically, mutation, like genetic mutations, are when there are some genes inside of you that are either doubled, or I guess it's really like I'm just learning this right now in my grade, but it's when chromosomes that are basically parts of genes, when they double or they get only like cut half, that's when genetic mutations occur, and they can lead to disorders like autism, Down syndrome, and much more. So basically, yeah.
Thank you for that, Suhani. So he's writing, I just want to know what you mean by that. So Juhit, in the context of GMOs, mutations are basically like changes in the composition, the chemical composition of or genetic composition, genetic makeup of crops. So that's how it fits into the context here. So I hope that was clear. Yeah, you're welcome. So sorry, Pranavi, for delaying your part. You can go now.
Okay, 1 sec, I'm starting my timer. Okay. So my reason why GMOs should be banned is because they can cause an allergic reaction, some types of GMOs. And as far as I know, allergic reactions can be very severe sometimes and can sometimes lead to death. And my second reason is that some GMO, there's a study shows that some types of GMOs can be linked to cancer and cause cancer, which I'm pretty sure no one wants. And then my third reason is that only a few companies are in charge of GMO seeds, which doesn't give a lot of options to choose from. And some companies, they might rob you with your money, and I'm not quite sure how to explain this, but they might cause defects in the GMO, which could lead to entire crops being ruined and also wild plants also getting destroyed. And that's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Pranavi. Next, Suhani just messaged on Discord. She's joining back. No worries. Okay, so next we have Hasani. You can speak.
So I heard that 30% adults disagree that GMO is bad for you, but 80% sign thinks it's good for you. I mean, why? Why can't this change? I completely agree with the adults, but still, the key is the limit. So first of all, there are some good things and there are some bad things. So I'm going to tell you the good things right now. So first of all, as people said earlier, they have tastier food. I mean, everybody loves tasty food. They get attracted to it. And people would rather buy that GMO food. And not just that it tastes good, it also is easier to plant. So it's super easy to plant. That's what I heard. And it's easier than regular things. And I'm sure people would rather have an easier thing to plant with, or rather than harder. It's and it may contain more nutrition. For example, soybeans are healthier than the regular beans because they use GMO. And I'd rather eat healthier food. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time they're healthy. I'm just saying some food, sometimes it's like that. And so I'm just saying GMO may be a good thing or a bad thing. And you just saying key is the limit. You have to have a key, and that's perfect. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Hasani. So we're almost at the concluding stages of our debate, and with that, I would like to invite Shri. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So you're debating we should ban GMOs. So go ahead.
I think that we should ban GMOs is some GMO products can be toxic. They can cause like severe allergic reactions. They can also cause antibiotic resistance and immune suppression. They can also lead to cancer and nutrition loss. They might also come to like severe allergic reactions, which may kill you. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Shri. It's me now. So, I believe I'm the one debating. Anyways, Pranavi, you can start my timer. So the reason why we should not ban GMOs is even though how scientifically or ethically they may be wrong, they have been shown to make food more accessible to people. So in the beginning, I had mentioned that it has widened the gap between the affluent and the less affluent. But even though that for people who don't have that much money, GMOs are the only food they can look at. It's still not expensive. It's still cheap. So even if people are low on money, they can still find GMO foods. And some people, they have growing deficiencies, and GMOs can rectify those deficiencies. Like for an example of how it did that was in the Philippines, where a gene mutation of rice called golden rice was introduced to the population, which was low on vitamin A, and that's why many many children in the population were blind. So what they did is they took vitamin A from another plant that was abundant with it and put that into the to rice and made golden rice, which has vitamin A, which has allegedly helped people. So that's why that's why it can be beneficial in some ways to rectify deficiencies. Otherwise, it's not of that much prominence in our agricultural society. Thank you. I am receiving a few comments to speak slower. I'm sorry to hit. I'll work on that next time. Okay, so next is Mokshita. You can end our debate.
So I'm debating that GMO should be banned, and I think they should be banned because of the many health losses that you can get from it. Like they can be very toxic to you, and it's like it's your choice. I mean, do you want to be safe and healthy rather than get a little bit cheaper food? And they are cheaper, yes, but by how much? Foods like corn, beets, soybeans, they're cut by about 15 to 30%, which isn't that much considering how much or how expensive these foods are. And like Sri has said, they have a lot of side effects to your body, and it's really important that you are risking your health and safety for a little bit cheaper food. So I do think they should be banned because of these reasons. They can and they can cause cancer, which I didn't know about before until I started researching on about it. So definitely I think they should be banned. And a lot more other side effects, not just cancer, clearly. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mokshita. Is Suhani back by any chance? No, she isn't. So I think I'll just lead us into the evaluations, as Suhani, I believe, has not able to rectify her internet connection problems. Maybe, Nathan, are you going to say something?
No, Varun needs a speech
Um,
evaluator.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that since you have been hearing most of the meeting, if you want, you can take a break from speaking and I can take over Suhani until she gets back.
Okay, I have no objection with speaking, but if you prefer to do it that way, I agree.
I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I have to judge? I mean, do I have to like time the evaluations?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going to be the last evaluator to speak, and that's because you're timing all the other ones before you. And then once it's yours, then you don't have to time yourself.
Okay.
All right. So we can get started. Let's start with our speech evaluator.